What is up, lady and gents? Welcome back to a little bit more Far Cry 4. Mostly because that's all that I've been playing the past week, because it's awesome. But, yeah, and really, like, I've played it so much more now. I'm probably, like, 14 or 15 hours in, and I still haven't even unlocked, like, an entire section of the map. There's a point in the story where you unlock, like, the northern part of the continent. Haven't gotten that far yet, so there's still a shit ton of game left to go. I'm not actually talking to you live. This is a mission that I did yesterday, kind of a sniper-based mission, stealth sniper-based mission, and I thought I would just record it and then do a little bit of video, kind of talk about some of the things that happened in late game, and also show off some of the crazy bugs and stuff that I've been able to record with Shadowplay. Speaking of Shadowplay, you may pick up on the fact that the video in the background is a little bit out of sync with the audio. It's kind of a weird thing that Shadowplay does. I thought it didn't do it in Far Cry 4. I know it does it really badly in Assassin's Creed Unity, but I thought Far Cry 4 was kind of immune from that, and most of the clips that I've recorded seems like they are, but this particular primary clip that I was going to use is not in sync, and it's not an easy thing to fix. Like, you can't just manually line up a gunshot with the sound or something, because as the video progresses, it's not like an even offset. It can't. It's just weird. I mean, you have to run it through a re-rendering program to lock it at 60 frames per second, and that will fix the audio. But that means like rendering the video all over again, and I don't really want to take time to do that. So here we go, Far Cry 4. You saw me come in on the gyrocopter, and those things are so awesome. I love those gyrocopters, and they're pretty plentiful throughout the world. They spawn in specific locations, so if you know where they are, you can always go there and find one. I've done a couple of fortresses. They seem to always spawn in the fortresses. There's also a homestead, like where your parents lived before they, or I guess, and you lived before your mother took you to America. And eventually, during the story, you kind of retake that homestead, and then you can put money into it to get things like a garden where you can pick herbs, or you can have body armor always spawn there. And one thing that you can have is one of those gyrocopters always available, which is nice to have because they are freaking great. Of course, they can be a little tricky to use. They do have a tendency to misbehave a little bit if you park them on a hill. But that's just something you kind of have to get used to and just be aware of, that you kind of want to find a flat place to put them down, or you might get fucked right in the butthole. I also did a little bit of grappling there, and the grappling is a lot of fun. The grappling is really a great addition to the game. They use it in a lot of ways to go down into kind of like sinkholes or into wells, or even some of the radio towers that are up on kind of mountaintops have really complex grappling maneuvers that you sort of have to swing and release midair and then grab another grapple. It's really a complex and fun system, and kind of like everything in Far Cry, it doesn't, like, it's not technical in that it's difficult to do. I mean, it's fairly easy to do. It's, you know, it's very forgiving. But it's just so much fun. It's kind of the thing that makes this game. You know, this game really is a great open world, fun kind of sandbox to play around in, which is great. And you get to see all kinds of crazy things, like at the beginning of the video where that guy just kind of accidentally lit his teammate on fire. I had never seen that before, and actually I haven't seen it since. It's just kind of, the guy walked by and just and lit him on fire, and that was that. He was sort of like, what the fuck's going on? I thought that was hilarious. And then there are also all kinds of obvious things that happen in the world all the time. You know, animals chasing each other, and I told you, you know, you saw the eagle carrying off pigs and attacking people, and randomly getting hit by cars, and it's just kind of crazy things that happen all the time that, you know, you never can predict. And of course, there is also certainly the plethora of bugs, most of which actually are just kind of funny, you know, not really a big deal, but some of which are actually really kind of game breaking. I mean, I exited a load screen, like I think I had just completed what am I trying to say? An outpost, like taking over an outpost, and it finished it, and it was going to load, and the loading screen took forever, like several minutes for it to complete. And then when it finally eventually did load, I was just kind of on like a black surface. Like I couldn't move. My mouse was still actually a pointer even though I was in the game, and I had to just exit out and quit. There's nothing really I could do. So things like that are not that great. It's kind of funky. Like, I have this ability where I can pull up next to a car and I can take down the driver, like, from my car into their car. But driving next to other cars really gets kind of tricky sometimes. And you can actually do that move from the gyrocopter, which is pretty epic if you can pull it off. It's a little bit difficult to finesse the gyrocopter in that way. But if you get too close to vehicles, sometimes it just sort of wigs out and it just breaks your face. I also had, you have things happen where, like, you'll, sometimes you'll accidentally swap your weapons when really all you wanted to do was just sort of pick up, loot a person, and then for some reason it throws your weapon on the ground. And then your weapon falls through the earth. So it's like, no, I don't want to pick up your stinky AK. I want to keep my awesome bow. I don't want your stinky AK, but doesn't work out that way for you sometimes. And then it's not a huge deal. It just means you have to go back to a trade station and get your doohickey back. Doesn't give you the end of the world, I suppose. Let's see, what else did I see? Oh, there was the one that I just saw yesterday that for no apparent reason, I was just kind of out in the world, just sort of, getting my hunt on, doing my hunt thing, and then all of a sudden, for no apparent reason, it just, like, I get, like, the cinematic bars on the top of the screen, and then he just continually walks, and just walks forward, just walk forward, walk forward, walk forward, walk forward. There's nothing I can do about it. I have no way to stop it. I couldn't escape. I had to just hard shut the game down. And luckily, I hadn't really made any progress. I kind of just started my my hunting adventure when all that started. So it wasn't a huge deal that I didn't really lose a whole lot of important resources or anything. But I've really encountered a lot more bugs and, game-breaking bugs and things like that in this game than I ever did in Assassin's Creed Unity, which I think has a big reputation for being a very buggy game. And of course, I say that I haven't encountered that many game-breaking bugs in Assassin's Creed Unity. I've actually only really encountered one game-breaking bug in Assassin's Creed Unity, and that may be included in the end of this as a bonus clip. And let's just say that I found out the hard way in Assassin's Creed Unity that there is no easy way to quit the game, like to go back to the main menu to load a game. You just have to completely go to desktop, which kind of sucks. Let's see. I don't know that I have any other kind of weird glitches and things like that to show you. So I may just roll into a little bit of kind of what makes Far Cry great, just to sort of see just the random kind of craziness that happens at any given minute in a Far Cry game. Anyway, yeah, I think that's it. So you guys have a good one, and I will talk at you later. A peace.
Let's see the color of his blood.